This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Welcome to Chapter 1 of our series, Retirement Around the World. In today's episode, A Day in Retirement, Japan versus Italy, we'll explore the daily routines of retirees in these two vibrant cultures. From morning rituals to leisurely activities, you'll discover how life after work unfolds in Japan and Italy. Let's dive in. Each morning in Tokyo, more than a quarter of the people headed to the gym, train station, or park are past traditional retirement age. Some pull on uniforms for a few hours of paid work. Others lace up walking shoes. Meanwhile, in Naples, nonni are already laying the table. By mid-morning, the contrast sharpens. In Osaka, a 68-year-old might clock a 3-hour shift guiding commuters at a busy station, then head to a Tai Chi circle in the local park. His schedule isn't just about extra yen, it's a scaffolding that keeps his week upright, like the metal frame around a building under careful renovation. Across the continent in Bologna, a retired teacher is helping grandchildren with homework before strolling to the corner bar, where the barista knows her order and her worries. Her pension pays the bills, the neighborhood pays attention. Both are off the payroll in the official sense, yet their days are quietly structured by the invisible architecture of national policy. How much arrives in their bank accounts, how their governments reward work, and how their communities expect elders to show up or to slow down. By lunchtime, the divergence widens. In Yokohama, a retired engineer heads to a community center not for bingo but for a coding workshop, swapping tips on tablet apps with peers who schedule their days like carefully balanced bento boxes, a portion of work, a portion of movement, a portion of social time. In Palermo, a former shopkeeper stirs a slow simmering ragu while neighbors drop in unannounced, conversations stretching as long as the pasta. One country nudges older adults to keep a toe in the labor market, the other leans on long meals and long-standing ties to fill the hours. Step into the early afternoon, and the contrast becomes less about who still works, and more about what feels like a good day. In suburban Saitama, many people in their late 60s log onto neighborhood portals that list micro-jobs: 3 hours cleaning a park, staffing a museum desk, checking on vacant houses. These roles are often created through municipal silver human resource centers, which match older residents with short, low-pressure tasks. The pay is modest, but the real draw is rhythm and recognition, a name tag, a schedule, a team. Around these anchor points, retirees stack activities that speak to ikigai: calligraphy circles, choir rehearsals, vegetable plots tended with almost scientific care. Government-sponsored fitness programs and step count campaigns quietly turn sidewalks into low-tech treadmills. Fast forward to an Italian hill town. After lunch and a brief rest, retirees fan out not to job portals but to social hubs. Parish halls host catechism classes where grandparents help, or charity kitchens where they peel potatoes beside teenagers. The Università della Terza Età might offer a lecture on local history at 4, followed by a poetry group. These aren't elite institutions, they're more like public living rooms where anyone with a bus pass and curiosity can enroll. Instead of piecing together small jobs, many Italians piece together roles: the grandparent on school pickup duty, the neighbor with spare keys to half the building, the volunteer who always says yes when the local festival needs ticket takers. By late afternoon, Japanese parks fill with synchronized radio calisthenics, while community centers host mahjong, language exchanges, or dance lessons. Attendance sheets are carefully stamped, progress is tracked. In Italy, streets grow busier for the passeggiata, that slow, shared drift through town where news travels faster than any official bulletin. Both patterns show a subtle truth. Time use in retirement behaves like a household budget. Japan spends more hours on structured tasks and movement. Italy invests heavily in unhurried encounters and family care. Each mix grows not from individual whim alone, but from decades of norms about what elders are supposed to do once the paycheck shrinks and free time finally swells. In Japan, a retired nurse in Fukuoka might treat her day like a carefully tuned spreadsheet. She slots in 90 minutes at a neighborhood clinic, not for the paycheck, but because seeing her name on the rota feels like a quiet vote of confidence. Afterward, she meets a photography circle at a riverside park, experimenting with angles and light the way she once experimented with dosages. Even grocery runs become mini workouts as she chooses stairs over escalators to hit her self-imposed step target. In Italy, a retired mechanic in body keeps his calendar looser but his door more open. His pension covers the essentials, so his appointments are with people: a mid-morning espresso with the same 3 friends, an afternoon drive to pick up a cousin from a medical visit, an evening choir rehearsal in the parish hall. He jokes that his real job now is centralino umano, a human switchboard, connecting relatives who've fallen out of touch, sharing job leads with younger neighbors, and quietly slipping grocery bags to the widow upstairs when prices rise. Retirement in Japan and Italy may foreshadow a new global mix-and-match phase of life. As robots deliver meds in Osaka and sensors quietly track falls in Bologna apartments, the where of aging could matter less than the how. Expect hybrid days, 2 hours of paid troubleshooting over video, a telehealth check, then logging off to walk a real piazza or join a local craft circle. Your challenge this week? Sketch your own ideal retired day, hour by hour, using today's tools, not yesterday's scripts. Retirement, then, is less a finish line and more a playlist you keep editing. Some tracks are upbeat, side gigs, language apps, part-time caregiving. Others are slower, like tending balcony tomatoes or lingering over street corner chats. As more countries gray, the real experiment isn't copying Japan or Italy, but borrowing riffs to compose a day that actually sounds like you. Try this experiment. Tomorrow, run a Japan morning, Italy afternoon retirement test drive. For the first half of the day, follow a Japan-style rhythm. Wake up early, walk a quiet route near your home as if it were a shrine path, make a simple Japanese-style breakfast, rice, miso soup, grilled fish or egg, and do one focused, solitary task like tending plants, cleaning a small area with care, or practicing a craft. After lunch, switch to an Italy-style afternoon. Take a slow coffee at a cafe or your kitchen and actually sit for 20 to 30 minutes, chat with someone or call a friend, then take a relaxed walk imagining it's a passeggiata, paying attention to people and street life. At the end of the day, ask yourself which half felt more natural or energizing, and plan one recurring weekly Japan-style and one Italy-style ritual based on what you noticed. This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!